Now, in this segment, I'm joined by, of course, Kim Bodie and Miguel Pratt from the Bahamas Financial Service Institute.
Yes.
Welcome to Immediate Response. And we should be joined momentarily by two others in a moment, but we'll get started now. Kim Bodie, it's been a while. I haven't seen you since the last time I saw you.
That's something, eh?
Yes.
Spence, we run into each other every now and again.
That's right.
At the food store along the way.
Exactly.
The last time I saw you in this capacity was when you were operating in Palmdale.
That's that's right. That's exactly right. That's right.
Yeah,
some time ago.
Both Miguel and I.
Yeah, Miguel, I remember. I remember that.
But it's good to be here with you, Spence. I watch your show all the time. You're doing a fantastic job.
Oh, thank you so much, Kim.
Okay.
Please give my regards to your husband, Mr. Bodie.
I most certainly will.
The great brother Bodie.
Yes.
Yes. Now, let's talk about the Institute for a bit. What's been happening with the Institute?
Well, Spence, we've been around for 48 years.
48 years?
Yeah. Yes, the country became...
Miguel wasn't born then.
Oh, you better ask him that.
Okay.
So I don't want to reveal
48 years.
But we were established by the first governor of the central bank.
Okay.
When he came back from the IMF and he did an overview of the financial services industry at that time, he noted that there were Bahamians operating in the banks, but with very little qualifications.
Oh, wow.
So the Institute really is his baby. It was his birth.
Yes.
And I have been privileged to, work at the Institute for some 41 years.
Wow, that's a lifetime.
It most certainly is.
That's a lifetime.
And, I stand on the shoulders of some managers, directors from the various financial institutions who are members of the Bahamas Institute of Financial Services, because when the Institute was established, it was established for the industry to be the drivers of this organization, because we are about development and training of young persons who wanted to follow a career in this industry. And I'm so proud of what the Institute has done.
You put out some good people.
We have put out some of the top managers in this industry at all levels. Our courses, when we started, we really did not have a school of our own. So the College of the Bahamas became the administrator of our program up until about 2007. And then the Institute decided that, we couldn't offer classes at 4 o'clock to bankers who needed to stay.
Yes.
And so our members were saying, look, you got to do something about this. And so what we decided is we'd continue to partner with the college, but we would offer our classes from 6 to 9 as opposed to 4 p.m.
Good stuff.
And then we segue into not only our structured program, but we also started to do the specialized training.
Okay.
Because that's very important now.
Yes, it is. Yes.
Okay, and Miguel, who's my program director, will tell you some of the courses that we've been developing over the years.
Right.
Some of the international partnerships that we
been able to
have developed so that our students would be able to matriculate into any type of degree program that they would wish to, to pursue.
So this institute has been successful, eh?
We have been
very successful.
We have many, many, many accomplishments.
Yes.
Many, and I would like to give a shout out, since you did
Please,
shout
go
out.
ahead, do your shout out.
To our alumni, over almost 1,000.
Right.
Okay? And for our structured program, but for the training that we did in, short courses, seminars, that kind of things, thousands from a total cross-section of the industry.
Which is a very good thing.
Yes.
Because highly trained people are extremely important.
And
training is so important.
I'm so proud of what we have done too. So as we look at our strategic plan from year to year, one of the things that we continue to talk about is extending our training beyond the borders of the Bahamas.
Awesome.
And I am so glad that right now we have persons from our Caribbean counterparts.
Cayman. We
went to Turks and Caicos many times and did training in-house. We now have students from St. Lucia.
St. Lucia too?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And we've been a part of the Caribbean Association of Banking Institutes for many years now.
Let me understand something, Kim Bodie. What part of your program is mandatory for bank employees?
Well, we have programs from the entry level.
Yes.
So we start our students with our banking certificate program, our financial services certificate program, and then we have our diploma program that gives them up to almost 60 credits.
Wow.
Should they wish to matriculate
They
on.
too. Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So we across the board.
You all ain't
across
playing
the board.
around, no.
And one of the things that I always say is we try to keep a pulse on what's going on in the industry, not
Yes.
only here locally,
Yes,
but
but
we
internationally.
want to know what our global partners are doing,
Right.
and we want to make sure that that training
Yes.
is here.
Okay.
Because we have students, Spence, who are operating not only here, but they're in other parts of the country.
Yes, I
Working
know.
in-
I
working in
interviewed-
banks.
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
You need to give me another list because I got some before.
Well,
I
listen
did
here.
one.
We
Yes.
gotta do another alumni show, and then we gotta
Yes.
bring in some of our alumni so they could tell you
Right.
how they have been able to move ahead. Become at the head of offshore sectors.
Right.
They could run an offshore bank.
And that,
I'd also like to send a shout out to my longtime mentor and a leader in this space with us, is Mrs. Eve Poitier.
It's Poitier.
That's right,
Yes.
Mrs. Poitier. I'm
yes.
sure you know
yes.
Mrs. Poitier.
I know Miss Poitier.
She
yes.
came and visited
Good
us.
Morning.
She was by us yesterday.
Good morning, Miss Poitier.
Yeah,
Yes, I know
but
her.
she's done a remarkable job at the College of the Bahamas. She was with
Yes.
the Institute from its inception, helping to develop our curriculum, making any adjustments over the time. So, Spencer,
Yes.
this little country, we've done a lot.
Awesome.
And we have some of the best employees in the financial services sector.
Awesome sauce.
And I want to send a shout out to my member banks.
Yes.
Continue to support our efforts.
Amen.
We can't do it without money, eh?
No,
Okay.
you need that. You need that.
Yes.
So let me bring Miguel in. Miguel, good to see you again. So I haven't seen you, like I said, since the last time I saw you.
Thank you, Brother Spence. It's a great opportunity to be back here
Yes, sir.
with you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thanks.
Tell me the role that you play in the
Okay,
institute,
well,
sir.
as Miss Bodie, the lead off from Miss Bodie, Mr. Donaldson is a visionary.
Yes.
He saw that
T. Boswell Johnson.
T. Boswell.
T. Boswell.
he saw that financial services is going to play a crucial and critical role in our economy.
Right.
Okay? Now it's our second industry.
Yes.
How
Still.
critical is financial services? Well, let's take a case in point at the pandemic in 2020. The airports closed.
Right.
The cruise ships wasn't coming in, but financial services was an essential business.
Yes, sir. Yes.
That had to stay open.
Right.
Banks had to stay open. Law firms had to stay open. Okay. So
Yes, sir.
financial services play a critical and crucial role
My economy.
in our economy.
Of course.
And in order to grow this industry, training
It's
is
important.
paramount.
Yes, very much so.
Paramount. So
Very
my,
much
my,
so.
my job is I liaise with our stakeholders and our international partners to ensure that we bring the best, most relevant courses to training.
Okay, okay. You also have another part of that you're involved in terms of cryptocurrency, eh? Crypto
Yes.
is a buzzword now.
Yeah.
Crypto is really a buzzword. Everywhere you turn is crypto now.
Correct.
Speak about that a little bit for me, please, Mr. Pratt.
Okay, cryptocurrency.
For
as
the
you know-
novice who don't understand
Okay,
crypto.
I'm going to try to break it down.
Break
as
it down
simple
for us,
as
please.
possible. You know, years ago when you made your deposit, like when you first opened up your account,
I remember that.
You
My
had
mother was a straw vendor. I did it on Bay Street at Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce.
there you go, and they
Something
gave you
there?
your,
And
your
the lady who opened it was Malcolm Adley's wife.
Man, stop it.
Yes.
Well,
Yes,
you're good.
Malcolm
You have a
Adley's
good
wife
memory.
from the Valley. Yeah, I have a good memory. Yeah, I went over there to open that account. Yeah.
And what they do, they gave you a little bank book, right?
That's right. I
And
was
then
proud
you
of that
stamped your
book.
$2 million that you deposited in your bank book.
No, that was in the Cayman one.
okay. No problem.
Yeah.
But now we've moved on to where, you could have your account, you could wire from your phone. So now cryptocurrencies is another form of digital trading, not just in money, but also commodities, equities, and they want to make it a secure format
Okay.
to bypass money laundering, okay? To make it a very secure platform as regards trading. So
Yes.
it's a lot to learn in cryptocurrency. There's this cryptocurrency in banking and finance and so forth. So it's a digital format of trading goods currencies and commodities.
Okay, okay. And how's that been going, Miguel?
Well, we're going to be launching this program in on July 16th.
Right around the corner.
Yes, we're
Yes,
going to
sir.
be launching the introduction to blockchain and cryptocurrencies.
Okay.
So it's prerequisites are entry level. You know, we encourage everybody to go to our website and sign up.
Yes.
And then from there, as technology evolves, then we will advance or revise our curriculum to meet. As you know, technology is very fluid,
Very much so.
along with financial services.
Yes, very much so. Thank you. Thank you. Anything else you want to add?
But you know
Kim?
what's so interesting about this this digital currency thing, because it's not only crypto, but I think it's Bitcoin and other stuff.
Bitcoins and all that, yes.
The young people,
They know.
I have
I know.
grandchildren,
Yes,
right?
I know.
And they are operating in that space now. So the training, it's badly and desperately needed.
So let me ask the question then. How are the more mature persons receiving the training for crypto and the other currencies? How are they receiving it?
I will let me get
Oh, okay, Mr. Pratt.
Well, no, our mature people are they're very well adapted to
They can- they adapt.
technologies.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
okay, because as I said, technology and banking and finance go hand in hand.
So they have to be able to
yes,
adapt.
yes,
Yeah.
okay.
If you want to stay in that business.
Well, I think as a country.
As a country too, yes, you have to.
We have to.
Yes.
You see?
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
no getting
So-
around it.
Right.
And if you notice, Spence, a lot of the banks are trying to be cashless.
I see that.
Yes.
Okay?
I see that.
The
I've seen
use
that.
of the
I've seen the
ATM
move.
machine.
Yes, I've seen the
The
move.
fact that only certain amount of money they're putting in the ATM machines for you to withdraw. The fact that you see people standing up outside on the line, they don't really want you in the bank. They're moving towards this.
Yes.
And I ain't going on the religious side of this whole thing. That's another story.
That's another one. Okay.
You know that, right?
Yes, yes,
One
yes.
world,
Yes, yes,
currency,
yes.
one world. All
yes.
of this is leading into that. And so the Bahamas, one thing I could say about my country, we always try to be on the cutting edge
Yes.
of what's happening because we
Yes.
know how important this industry is to our well-being.
So the institute has made a major impact in this community over the many years.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, yeah, major
Definitely.
impact. In,
I am so proud when listen, you have the Bahamas Association of Compliance Officers.
Yes, I see they're having something coming up.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're
So
having
there
something.
have been a number of developments
Yes.
since the institute was established, and all of these different associations
Come
play
out
a
of-
very important role. We do the administration
For
for the
them.
Bahamas Association of Compliance Officers.
Okay.
Okay,
For the general public, what does the compliance officer do? Help us out with that.
Miguel.
Well, a
Yeah.
compliance officer deals with the rules and regulations,
Regulations. Yes.
of anything to do with anti-money laundering and compliance as regards to financial services.
That's a big area.
It is a big area, and
Yes, it is.
all of us have to be compliant. It's not only
Yes.
in the financial space, compliance is in. If you are operating any kind of business,
You have to be compliant.
you
Yes.
have to
Yes.
be compliant
Yes.
with the regulators.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
You gotta
Right.
have your license. You have to pay your dues for different. You have to if you you have to have corporate governance.
Yes.
All those kinds of things fall under the umbrella. There's a certain level of risk, and Miguel could tell you we offer a risk management course at the highest level.
At the highest level.
The highest level.
Yes.
Okay, and then we partnered with the oldest institute in the world in Scotland to endorse our programs. Okay.
So you've been really training a lot of people and in big areas, I should say.
Yeah, big areas, and we're well respected by our counterparts in the Caribbean, our European counterparts who we have spent time with during conferences. That's one of the things I can say that the Institute has done, has allowed me, when I was there all by myself before
Miguel
Miguel
came.
joined,
Yeah.
I had the opportunity to go to conferences in London and met with, the financiers over there, and the people who are in the training of their industry. So we have done well. In 2011, for the first time, we hosted the World Banking Institute.
Okay.
And so they'll segue into something that Miguel is going to talk about. The Bangor University out of
That's
Wales
coming up. Yes.
became one of our strategic partners in supporting us
Yes.
in that conference. When I got the call from Mr. Keith Checkley, who still teach with us, our international partner, and he said, Miss Bodie, I have a sponsor for you for the conference.
You
'Cause,
have a sponsor?
when you put on a world conference, that
Yeah,
ain't no,
you know,
that ain't $2, okay?
Yes. No,
He
no,
said-
that's definitely not.
You know what he said to me? He said, Vanguard University gonna give you $20,000. Well, I almost followed you.
We have Dino on the line now. Dino, good morning, Dino.
Good
Dino
morning, how are you?
Cartwright, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, Bahamas.
Welcome to Immediate Response, my brother.
Thank you so much for the invitation. Thank you.
You're welcome. Dino, can you introduce yourself to the nation and share your portfolio
Sure.
that you're involved in here?
Thank you so much. I serve the Bahamas Institute of Financial Services as its president. We came into office earlier this year, so I'm the newly installed president of
Oh,
the Bahamas Institute of Financial
congratulations.
Services.
Congratulations,
But I
my
also
brother.
serve. Thank you so much. I also serve as a fellow of the institute as well as an adjunct lecturer for
Awesome.
the Fundamentals of Financial Services course, as well as a lecturer in the Intro to Finance and the Certified International Financial Planner courses.
Awesome source. Awesome. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. So continue on for me, please, Dino Cartwright. Let's talk about the Institute.
Sure. So the Institute has been around, as Ms. Bodie, I'm sure Mrs. Bodie would have mentioned, since 1974, where there was a need, and there, as the country is a burgeoning financial services sector, with not only within the region, but I believe in the world, where we must ensure that the members within the industry are properly trained at the highest levels, with the most up-to-date information concerning everything concerning financial services. We've started off as an institute just for bankers, but since financial services has expanded over the years, we include anybody who has any connection to anything related to risk, anything related to banking and finance, anything related to compliance, as Ms. Bodie would have mentioned. And so we've spanned over the years to have scores, even hundreds of graduates coming through the institute,
Okay.
not only from the banking sector, but from insurance. There were some persons from the gaming houses, a number of persons, even private individuals would have just come just to get their understanding of financial services met. And as we continue to offer cutting edge classes in relation to things like blockchain and Bitcoin, which are relevant for this time, private individuals also are included in our classes. And so we're just here for everybody, and we're looking to continue to serve the community.
Awesome, Dino. Awesome. Thank you so much. Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, right now I just want to do this is the Father's Day weekend.
Oh, most
I
certainly.
know you have, I know you have Brother Bodie set.
Oh, he's
You and the
his
kids. I know
children,
he's straight.
his
The
4
children have
and
him
his
straight.
grandchildren.
So I do want to do this. A special birthday greeting is going out to Keith Mason Sr., the former
Marissa's
Deputy
dad.
Commissioner.
Marissa.
Marissa's dad, that's right. He's a father who has
Allison.
always been present in the lives and in the home as a provider, protector, and a priest, with a big heart and a love for his children, for his wife, of course, Mabel.
Yes.
And he shared the story how he met her when he was a policeman here in the early days. From the children, Marissa, Keith, and Allison, and Kevin, and the grandchildren and the entire family. And he's a role model and a man of sterling character. And so I want to send Happy Father's Day out to him and happy birthday to former Deputy Commissioner of Police Keith Mason, and to all the fathers out there, including Miguel and all those fathers who are out there celebrating this weekend. And Kim says they're going to have a gastronomic experience. The fathers won't just have crab this time.
Oh, I told my children that, Daddy, don't bring no crab to my
Don't bring
their
that to
daddy.
him. Bodie!
Because he has
Bodie.
been a good father.
He has definitely been a good
Shout
father.
out to him.
Yes.
We love him dearly.
I have another text here. Good morning. Apples Campbell is watching us. Good morning, my dear. Denzel Rose says, good morning to you and your guests. Kim looks like one of my classmates. Shout out to her, and she still looks like a teenager.
Amen. To God be the glory. Yes, I think I recognize that name, Denzel.
Denzel Road,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Risa Mitchell is tuned in. Risa used to be a banker, you remember?
Yes, yes.
And Dolores Fraser. Risa's from the Valley, of course. Yeah. Okay, let's continue on. You want to talk about Bangor? Or who would
Yeah.
talk about that? While
Miguel
we
will
have,
talk about Bangor because he's planning. I'm going to be going to Bangor very shortly.
you say you have my name on a
Yes, yeah.
ticket already, you said?
You know you're a motive.
That could be
You know,
arranged.
we
That
had
could be
to
arranged.
to field speakers. So Miguel will tell you the two
Okay,
speakers
yes.
from the
let's
Bahamas.
arrange that. I want to
Okay.
go to
Yes,
Bangor.
yes.
And I'll put it out there now.
A
I want to go.
motivational speaker.
Yes.
Hey.
Okay, Bangor University, our partner since 2011.
Master's program.
They decided to have a seminar this year to speak about any new trends in financial services post this pandemic.
Right.
Okay, what technology is going to be implemented, because this pandemic came upon us suddenly.
Yeah.
Where we had to transition
Quickly.
very, very
And
quickly.
I thought it was going to go quickly, but it's
Still
amazing.
hanging
Hey,
around,
still
is
hanging
it?
around?
Yeah, so they want to implement some new strategic plans going forward post this pandemic. So we're going to be meeting with numerous persons from all over the world, and on this panel of speakers we have our president, Mr. Dino Cartwright,
Dino Cartwright. Yes, Dino.
and our past president, Ms. Tanya McCartney.
Tanya McCartney, good
Yes.
morning.
McCartney.
Great woman from St. Barnabas Anglican
hello.
Church.
Yes.
Yes,
So we
Tanya.
have two keynote speakers from the Bahamas who will
Awesome.
will be presenting at this international conference
Awesome
in
sauce.
the United Kingdom.
Okay.
So
We have a caller on the line, Miguel. Let's take
No
this
problem.
caller. Philippa is on the line. Good morning, Philippa.
Good morning, Mr. Sanderson.
How you doing today?
I'm good. Great show as usual.
Thank you very much.
Now, I'm just an average person, but I wanted to ask your panel a question about, banking these days.
Go right ahead.
Yeah, they seem to be quite knowledgeable about everything that's going on. I was just wondering, with all these digital currencies, before we had that, and before we had all these digital currencies, you could insure your deposits, right? I'm wondering if now with digital currencies, can you insure your deposits in case you're hacked or something like that? I'll hang up and listen.
Thanks, Philippa and Roxanne. Appreciate you, Miguel.
okay, I'm pretty sure that the Central Bank of the Bahamas, who will be regulating our digital currencies, will have some sort of
Security.
insurance measures for that, okay?
Okay.
We have a strong compliance
Yes.
and anti-money laundering regime
Right here.
right here.
Which is very important.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Yes.
Yes.
So you could be assured any investments that you have made legitimately with cryptocurrency, Central Bank is going to have your back. Let's
Good
put it that
stuff.
way.
Good
That's
stuff. Good
Right.
stuff.
And sorry, and to piggyback on that.
Go ahead. Go
with,
ahead, Dino.
With the digital currency, they would be acting as you would normally have a bank account and just making transactions. And so once the central bank has purview over it, the central bank has, as a part of its oversight, the Deposit Insurance Corporation, which currently insures funds that are already in bank accounts. So I'm sure that would extend over to these digital currency assets that would be transacted between accounts or even on our family islands. I'm sure that because the Central Bank of the Bahamas is overseeing the entire digital currency portfolio, they would ensure that this is insured. So there's nothing to worry about from that end.
Thanks, Dino. Thank you. A couple of comments on our Facebook page. Beverly Clark is tuned in. Good morning, Beverly. Of course, Beverly is the lovely wife of the Bishop, V.G. Clark.
Okay.
Beverly was a former banker
Oh,
herself.
Yes, that's right. Royal Bank.
Former
Many
Royal
years.
Bank, yeah, former
good
top banker.
friend.
Good morning, Beverly. Rudy Stubbs in Grand Bahama. He's called the mayor of Grand Bahama. He says, "Good morning, Brother Finlayson and guests. Excellent show today. Wishing a happy Father's Day and greetings and blessings with love to all the fathers and wonderful dads in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas." Coming in from the mayor of Grand Bahama. Nicola Farrington, good morning, Kim and Miguel. Keep up the great work.
Former
Shout out to
student.
Miss
Don't
Poitier. She was a great lecturer.
Yes.
Yeah, that's Nicola Farrington. Big time Nicola Farrington.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
An
Nicola's
alumni.
yeah, alumni, yes.
Went to the top of her field. Smart girl.
Smart girl, hey. Nicola,
Very
I didn't know a lot about you. So, Miguel, do you handle the procurements too, or that's Dino, or that's another department?
No, the procurements, that's under my portfolio.
It is?
Yes. Procurements, we're going to have a procurements management course coming this August.
Yes.
Right now, we are liaising with the Ministry of Financial Services and Economic Development to once our Procurement Act has been revamped,
Right.
which they're working diligently on right now.
Yes.
We're going to go ahead and run a procurement management course. Now, for those who, let me simplify the procurement process. The procurement process is any business or government that is going to engage in a project needs to buy services and goods. So it's a little more rigorous or complicated than just making a list. You know, we need to go buy some paint, get a hire this and hire that. No, there is a set of process that you will need to go through to get this contract developed. Is a project within a project.
Yes.
So you need to know all
But
the
the government
procedures.
also have a new system for procurement, eh?
Yeah.
Which they are developing.
Which they're developing currently.
Yeah,
I
it's
should
new,
say
you see?
Yeah.
upgrading.
Upgrading
Yes,
the
upgrading.
system.
So
I have a text here that I need you to answer right now on the Facebook Live page, both of you.
yes.
This is called immediate response. This is how fast it happens.
Yeah.
Desireen Cooper says, good morning, happy Father's Day to all the fathers. She's in Long Island. Good morning, Desireen.
My hometown.
Yes. Susan Stewart Moore says, there was a report this morning on CBS that cryptocurrency is crashing, and in some cases, people are unable to retrieve their investments. Now, if it comes from CBS, there must be something on that.
Definitely.
Yeah, so Miguel wants to answer that, or Dino?
Well,
we going to Dino or Miguel?
I'm going to give that over to my president. He's a little more in depth into cryptocurrency.
Go ahead, Brother Dino.
No, there was some reports that there is a popular platform that trades cryptocurrency that halted persons from from performing withdrawals of cryptocurrency, especially Bitcoin during the crash, and so that is true, and so that's why we advise persons who are investing in any cryptocurrency to please get as much knowledge as you can about it. Understand that whenever we make investments, that there are risks involved, and we must be well aware of the risks that are involved as it relates to cryptocurrency, but any investment on that matter. And so that's why we also encourage persons who are looking to come to this space, before you jump in, get the necessary training, connect with the right persons with the right amount of information, or the right information, so that you can make wise decisions. Every decision is made has to be based on calculated risk. And so we won't tell persons don't take a risk, but take calculated risks, and also follow the advice of those who are knowledgeable in this area. And so that statement is true based on what they read on what they saw on CBS. And so that's why we would advise persons, because currently the cryptocurrency market is a bit volatile now. They're experiencing some shrinkage in the market, and so we'd advise persons, before they make any rash decision, please seek out information and proper advice.
Okay, thank you, Dino. Thank you. Another text here. They're asking, how do you know who is qualified to teach this new area of cryptocurrency? Well, so many people in it now in the space, right, Kim Bodie?
Yes, sir.
So someone is asking that question.
Well,
do you govern that as an institute?
Yes, we do. We have an education committee board.
Okay.
Okay. We interview persons. So there's a process that this person who is going to teach cryptocurrency criteria will have to meet.
Yes.
Okay. So it's not somebody. Hey,
let's jump in.
Yeah.
And we also look to our international partners.
Correct.
Yes.
Because our classes are conducted virtually.
Okay.
And so we have access to international professionals.
Good stuff. Awesome.
Teach for us.
Awesome source. Okay. Awesome source.
Yes.
The number to call today is 325-5404. 325-5404. Now, who speaks about property management? Miguel? Oh, that's...
Well, actually,
that
was
that was Ian?
That was Ian.
That was Ian.
Yeah, we didn't get Ian, so...
Yeah.
But I can briefly touch on it.
Briefly touch on the property management.
Yeah,
please.
Yeah, property management is another discipline that's very rigorous as well. It's more than just, hey, look here, I need to go and collect some rent. Okay? Property management, deals with a lot of, it deals with some of our real estate act.
Yes.
So forth. So it's a discipline. It's a very rigorous discipline, and there's a lot to learn if you're governing property, if you're managing properties.
Yes.
Yeah. It's not as simple as it seems.
No, it isn't.
It's a lot more involved.
Oh, definitely.
Definitely.
Yes. Okay. All right. Okay. Yes. All right.
So
and we are going to be we have a class running now, And I
Property
want,
management course?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and
It's open to anybody?
It is open to anybody.
Okay.
Right now, we have like 188 people who are interested. We had started to run this program in partnership
Yes.
with the late Gadian McLean, and I must.
Oh, yes, Ms. McLean. Yes, I knew
You know
her.
what we do is we sort out
Bernice
when
and her
we
sister.
moving into training and into new areas, financial services. We look for the best.
Right.
She had been doing the training. In fact, we were approached by them. By
Okay,
her.
okay.
The first of its kind property management training manual was developed by Katie McLean. Unfortunately, she's passed because
Yes,
she
yes.
saw a copy of the book, and I thought Miguel would
It's
have walked
Herman
with
McLean's
one today.
wife.
Yes.
Your widow, sorry.
Let me tell you, that is the first of its kind.
Yes.
But it's not going to be on the market for anybody to purchase. You have to be registered in the course because it's a part of the training manual.
Okay.
So there's a lot of interest. There's a lot of bankers who, like
Who
if
wants
you're
to.
retired, or persons who want entrepreneurial, who want to go into their own business. They're moving into that space,
Okay.
into that particular industry, and I tell you, you can make quite a bit of money
In that industry.
in that industry.
Okay. All right. Miguel, do you know anything else you would like to add? Do you know?
The only thing I'd like to say is we want persons to know that we are the Bahamas Institute of Financial Services. We're not only limited to banking, we're limited to anything related to financial services, and we have courses that from those who are just coming into the industry, those who want to come into the industry, as well as far as Ms. Bodie would have mentioned, corporate governance. So we cover the full slate of persons who are in the industry, who are in any industry connected to it, and we are also certified, and we are also governed by the central, not governed, but we are approved by the Central Bank of the Bahamas, Securities Commission. So all of our regulators are on board, and we are definitely looking forward to having anybody who has any questions to come in and see us.
Okay, all right, thanks. I think Ian Fernandez on the line now. Good morning, Ian.
Yes, good morning.
How you doing this morning, my brother?
I am very, very well. I was on the Zoom call earlier, and I got bumped off for some odd reason, probably technology, and it would not let me back in.
Right. Okay.
I'd just like to.
Hi, Ian.
Introduce yourself to the nation, please, Ian.
We've had an awesome show this morning, and it's a wonderful thing that you're hosting the Bahamas Institute of Financial Services. I'd just like to add to the property management conversation that this is a new area, new in terms of we're trying to build this out as an opportunity for Bahamians of all callings to get a livelihood, a substantial livelihood through this certification. This creates opportunities for persons who are, whether they're accountants, hoteliers, cooks, whatever your profession is. If you have certain attributes, you can do very well in this field. So I'd encourage persons to really look at taking this course and seeing how they equip themselves to be a certified property manager, and look at changing the landscape of how their lives work. Again, congratulations to you on your show, and we look forward to seeing how the Institute can continue to help Bahamians move along.
Thank you so much, Ian. Appreciate you, sir.
Yes.
Take care.
That's the legendary Ian Fernandez.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, legendary Ian Fernandez.
Started out as a very young man at the Central
Bank, yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes.
So I'm very happy to have Ian on our team.
Right.
We bring the best, you know.
And certainly do. Certainly do. Only the best. All right. We're going to go now to we're going to go to our break right now, and then we will come back right after that. But you're watching Immediate Response on ZNS.
My family didn't know if I was going to live at Cancer Treatment Centers of America. Within days, I got an appointment They presented me with treatment options, and we set up a robotic prostatectomy. When my scans came back, there are no signs of cancer. They don't see you as a number, they see you as a part of the family. I'm going on with my life. That's a real gift.
Call us at Cancer Treatment Centers of America.
You want a Subaru? Visit TireFlex Star Motors, your only authorized dealer and service center for Subaru vehicles. Let the friendly, knowledgeable staff at TireFlex help you choose one of Kelley Blue Book's safety award-winning Subaru models. Subaru, engineered for control no matter where life may take you. Visit the TireFlex Star Motors showroom on Wolf Road today. TireFlex Star Motors, servicing the Bahamas since 1973.
You know, you should teach a savings class, because you know everything. No, I just choose wisely. Like, I just got 2 months free home internet from BTC. All I did was sign up for internet. 2 months internet free? For real? I bundled my internet and mobile services, and now I'm paying half of what the other guys charge. Plus, as a new customer, I get 2 months internet free. What? Nah, that's a big deal.
Switch to BTC Internet and get the second and third months free for new customers. Conditions apply.
Well-known neurosurgeon, a member of the National Committee for Positive Change, former ambassador to Haiti and Washington, D.C. This Friday morning, June 17th, tune in to 1540 AM, 104.5 FM, and 810 AM at 1045 for coverage of the state-recognized funeral for the late Dr. Eugene Nuri, former diplomat, educator, and neurosurgeon. That's this Friday, 1045, on the ZNS Radio Network.
The views expressed on this show, interview, or program are not necessarily the views expressed by the ZNS Radio Network and, by extension, the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
Welcome back to Immediate Response. We are only on television now. We went over to record the funeral service for the late great Bahamian ambassador, surgeon, Dr. Eugene Nuri, who made his transition, who's being funeralized today at St. Francis Cathedral, the big Catholic church on Westfield Street. Dr. Nuri was a phenomenal man. I got to know him late in life, but he was a phenomenal man. He was an ambassador and everything else. Man of many talents, a man for all seasons. So he's being funeralized today in a state-recognized funeral. Kim Bodie, talk about some of the programs that you have at the Institute and some of the alumni, please.
Well, you know, we have a certificate program called the Bahamas Financial Services Certificate, and that is an entry-level program.
Okay.
Then our students can segue into this, move right on to the diploma, which gives them credits towards a graduate degree program, should they so desire.
Right.
And then, of course, we have our certification, our specialized courses. Mm-hmm. And all of these courses carry credits. We are now registered with the NACAB.
Okay, yes.
All private institutions.
Should be.
And all tertiary level institutions.
Yeah, my niece works there.
Yeah. Oh,
yes.
Definitely.
Yeah, my niece works
yes.
there. Good morning, Lorena.
Yes, Lorena.
Yes.
Okay, you know, my husband
niece.
and I are very close
I
to
know.
Roosevelt.
Yes.
And Iris.
That's
and so
right.
we knew the children from
then.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Okay, so good people.
Thank you.
I associate myself with good people.
Thank you, Kim.
And Hawk, your brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, we go way back. Yeah, man.
Thank you.
You know, the thing is, our country is small, so you know just about everybody.
Yes.
You understand?
That's right.
And it's good to have that kind of connection.
Yes.
And so talking about connection and interacting with external institutions, we now wanted our students to have the opportunity, should they wish, once they finish our program, to be able to matriculate into a degree program. We're not a degree granting institution. Let me get that
All right.
You know.
You want to make that clear?
Clear.
Okay.
We are specific to industry training.
Right.
But we wanted our training to have the ability for our students to transfer should they wish.
The credits and everything else.
And so the standard and the quality of our curriculum was always met by the standard set by an institution like a university or a college or whatever.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
And so when we partnered with, or when Bangor came and sponsored my conference in 2011, they brought along not only the $20,000, right? They brought along all of their information about their master's program.
Wow.
And,
awesome.
And so we develop a partnership with them, and we recruit for them. And so a lot of bankers who would wish to pursue a master's degree in that covers financial services and other disciplines in the business area, commerce area. We have how many graduates now, Miguel?
We have close to 42 persons.
Yeah,
who
close to
graduated.
42.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
My former president, Dr. McCartney, did it because they have different routes that you can go into.
Yes.
We went on Lang show one time, and when he heard about the program, he ended up
doing the program.
And he's a graduate.
Okay.
So we have quite a bit of graduates in the program. It's a very good program. It's online, and you get to sit into the classes with persons from all over the world.
Awesome.
You can imagine what that is.
Yeah, that's a big thing.
That kind of interaction
yes,
at those classes and sharing of information.
Right, that's a big thing.
And so we've done very well, and as a result of that, they developed for us or offered our Bahamian registrants an opportunity to obtain a scholarship. And they did that in the name of the great late Timothy Boswell Donaldson.
T. Boswell Donaldson.
So we have about how many persons benefit from that? About 4 or 5 now, eh?
We have had close to 10.
Close to 10, you see?
Yes,
Miguel
stuff.
knows, because he works closely with them. Close to 10 persons have been able to complete their master's degree.
To benefit from that.
A benefit from that partnership. Okay? So
we have 2 minutes left.
Oh, okay.
2 minutes, time is gone.
Let me give that 2 minutes.
Give it to him, or then Dino.
Okay, not a problem.
Dino's still with us? We have two. Is Dino still with us?
Ian, I don't know if
they're gone. Okay, go ahead, Miguel.
Yes, but all we want to do is encourage our young persons to consider a career in financial services, okay? Like our president right now, he started from frontline.
Right.
And he's worked his way all the way up now, president.
Yes.
And he's got his master's degree.
Awesome.
Okay?
Awesome sauce.
So please, we encourage our high school persons, please come visit us on our Facebook page. Google us.
Yes.
Consider a career in financial services, okay?
Awesome.
There's a lot of room for growth, and you can make some money.
Thank you
and
so much.
There's a myriad of job opportunities.
Yes,
that are available.
The field is wide open in financial services.
And you can help develop the industry as well.
Thank you.
Okay, our students, our alumni, are lecturers as well.
Good stuff. Okay. Well, we have to go now, unfortunately. I want to wish everybody a happy Father's Day. This program is sponsored by Grace Funeral Home and Crematorium Services, Tireflex Star Motors, Screws and Fasteners World, Island Windshield, and BTC. And I want to thank Portia Fernanda as our TV producer, Hope Shelley Ann in radio, along with Sean the Dapper Dawn, Siobhan Davis, Delilah Strap, the group in Master Control, Kanoshi Sims in graphics, and Steve Williams, our engineer. God bless you as you live your best life now.
This is the National Voice of the Bahamas, 1540 AM, 104.5 FM. You are listening to the program Immediate Response with your host, Mr. Spence Finlayson, and special guests, members of the Bahamas Institute of Financial Services. We invite you to remain tuned in for our continued coverage, of course, coverage of the state-recognized funeral of the late Dr. Eugene Neri, emanating from St. Francis Xavier Cathedral. We invite you to remain tuned in. Our technical producer, Mr. Jamal Forbes, and of course our talent, Miss Hope Shelley Ann. We invite you to remain tuned in.
We don't rely on a service that you have to pay for to bring our services to you. We are free to air 24/7. The only station that has your interest at heart. We are your station, the People Station. Radio Bahamas, 1540 AM, 104.5 FM.